Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And this is the Berzerker, alias John Nord.
Unless Marty Jannetty went through a face transplant, believe me, we got a brand new look for Thursday nights right now. It's time for the debut of Wrestling Insider's Throwback Thursday.
Nice. Hey, good job, Marty. You bust out, you goof. Next time, get your crap together. Everybody's sick of you. I'll pound your face in, but I love you.
And I do too. Come back. We'll be back after this. Wrestling fans looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discount VIP packages and tickets to Boston Wrestling's Soul Survivor 10 Back to the 80s, Saturday night, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts are on sale now. Join WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, three-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, The Wild Berzerker, and more 1980s legends to be announced. Take part in a VIP exclusive Q&A session. Meet the wrestling icons up close and personal in an autograph and photo fan fest. Then get ready as the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow take part in a night of white-hot in-ring action. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for a limited time at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a professional wrestling reunion decades in the making, April the 16th. Wrestling fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans, get ready for the 2021 Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. If you couldn't be with the superstars at our 20th anniversary event, have no fear. We're putting together a winner-take-all mega jackpot for one lucky fan that we will be drawing live on our Christmas special Sunday night, December the 19th, with John Cena Sr. For as little as a $5 raffle ticket, win thousands of dollars worth of prizes in our annual efforts to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's home this Christmas. For raffle tickets and complete information, head on over to bostonwrestling.com now. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome to the kickoff of something new for us here in the world of Boston wrestling sports. A man we were looking forward to having with us on November 13th at our 20th anniversary event. Unfortunately, there was a lot of craziness in his world. Unfortunately, your dad passed away.
My dad did die, and I want to tell all the fans that, man, I love you guys so much, but that's life. People die, and that's why I wasn't here. So.
Well, some of the fans, they saw that you wound up taking an appearance at the last minute in New York at one of those fan fests, but there was so much going on in your life, you really didn't know what the situation was at that point.
I did.
And you didn't want to guarantee that you were going to be with us and let the fans down at the last minute. So.
It was really a long story, but
it was a tough
the
time.
bottom line is I'm here right now with you.
And we're going to have a lot of fun.
We're going to have a great time, and let's do it,
Every Thursday night, we're going to be throwing back to the good old days.
Throwback Thursdays, baby.
Every fan that's been with us for a long time, they know we love to go through those. They love the WWF in chronological order. And we're going to get there, but we got a couple of fun episodes for you. Maybe for some of the younger fans that weren't around during the days of the Berserker's prime.
Yeah.
But let us know, John.
You might have to Google me or something like that.
You come from one of the more unique locales for where it comes to producing professional wrestling talent. I mean, your peers that you came into the business with, all around the same age as you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
many of them aren't here anymore. But, I mean, tell us how John Nord came into the world of professional
Well,
wrestling.
let me
Were
tell
you
you,
a fan as a kid?
there's it. I'm telling you, I'll try to make this not too long, but literally in 7th grade, me and Kurt Henning, Mr. Perfect, would start imitating Dusty Rhodes because we laughed so hard at him Sunday mornings on AWA. So we'd be talking like this, you understand? This is Dusty Rhodes. And we laughed like heck. And it started there. And then, you know, we had guys like Rick Rude, Mike Hagstrand Hawk came from another high school, but it was really close to our high school. Scott Norton went to Hagstrand's high school. Barry Darso graduated with me. Scott Simpson graduated with me, but don't call him Scott Skin Simpson. His name's Nikita Koloff. Geez, you call him Nikita. You call him Scott Simpson, you think he'd have a freaking heart attack. Lighten up, Scott. Anyways, the bottom line is there's been dozens of guys, not dozens, but I would say a solid dozen. A guy named Brady Boone that passed away. Who am I missing, Daniel?
Oh, my gosh. Joe Laurinaitis?
Joe Laurinaitis was a great guy, just passed. We had so many guys pass away. Who?
Kevin Kelly?
Kevin Kelly, Nails. And I actually got a phone call from him a year ago. And for you fans, I'm going to try to get him. I ain't promising nothing, but I'm trying to get him on one of these shows.
Wow, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, everybody, because he's never been seen. I was there when he choked him out. And what teased me off is you got guys like Bret Hart saying, yeah, I was there when Nails choked out Vince. No, you weren't, Bret. Me and Kevin were driving a rent-a-car. I was driving, and he knew he couldn't get off the pot. They were piss testing for marijuana, and he knew he couldn't get off of it. So he goes, I'm going to choke that son of a bitch out. So I said, tonight? Now? Yep.
Let's save that for when we get there in 1992 as the series progresses, because that's always a story that fans have a heck of a lot of interest in.
You're right. You're right.
You gave him a good little teaser.
Well, I gave you a good little teaser, and you're right, Dan. I started ahead. And then anyways, I wrestled in high school. College, I played at Montana State football. I wrestled my senior year at Montana State, 15 matches because I could beat the heavyweight. From there, I went to 1984 Brad Rangan's wrestling camp. Mm-hmm. And that was his very first wrestling camp. And there was me, Rob Ricksteiner.
Oh, really?
That's his real name, Rob Ricksteiner, in case anybody has delusions it's something else. It's Rob Ricksteiner. There were so many guys in there. Right after us was, Scott Norton, Vader. There was guys that I can't even remember right now. The Alaskans, if you remember them. They didn't get over that much, but they were great guys. And that particular camp, we had more tough son of a guns than you could ever believe. There were guys that wouldn't have not made that camp. And I would name them, but it would hurt their feelings, and I ain't going to do that. But I'll tell you something. Guys like Shawn Michaels wouldn't have made it. Guys like Marty Jannetty wouldn't have made it. I'm telling you the truth. And if a guy like Bret Hart wouldn't have owned, and I like Bret, I travel with him, but if his dad wouldn't have owned it, Bret Hart wouldn't have made it. I promise you. And I'm not saying that for ego or to be mean or nothing, but I tell the actual facts, truth. And I try, if I hurt somebody's feelings, I'm sorry, but I do tell the truth on these shows.
It's the only way you know how.
Huh?
It's the only way you know how.
No, it's the truth, man. And that camp was tough. I mean, we got in fist fights. You got Brad Rangans, who was an Olympian. You had Dennis Kozlowski, who would just stop by. He was an Olympian. A guy named Dan Chandler was an Olympian. He would stop by. So you had nothing but really tough guys there. And I thank God I was in good shape then, because I would have got my butt kicked if I went to train hard before I came in there. But I did train hard, and I ended up wrestling, Dan. I ended up wrestling Rob Ricksteiner a lot, a real shoot.
Really?
Yeah, me and him. And we were about 50-50. And he wrestled for Michigan. I wrestled for Montana State. Rob was a good wrestler. He had much more experience than me, but I still went 50-50 with him. The bottom line is from there, first job was AWA, and Vern Gagne was my father-in-law's best friend in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they went to Robbinsdale together. Now, Robbinsdale's the big wrestling school. And matter of fact, if you go to the Minnesota Wrestling Hall of Fame, it's in downtown Robbinsdale. The first inductee was Vern Gagne. You had Larry Henning, and then there's going to be a lot of others induct, so many per year. But
you mentioned that you and Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, went to school together. I'm going to guess you knew that Larry was a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. We would, well, when you're in junior high and you're looking at Larry Henning, the guy looks like a mountain. He's one of the biggest dudes ever. Him and Scott Norton are physically the strongest guys I've ever met.
Really?
Naturally. Larry Henning was a freak of nature. But when I was a kid with Kurt, we got caught stealing beer out of a beer warehouse. And we took off running, and Kurt went one way, I went the other. I didn't hear from him, so I went over to Kurt's house to see if he was home. Mm-hmm. So I got home, and Larry had heard from the cops, and he was taking Kurt and was throwing him down the steps. And Kurt's mom goes, "Don't, Larry, you'll kill him." And it wasn't like an abuse or something that is definitely wrong. It was just one of them, my old man was so teed off, which we've all been through that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And the stories with Barry Darso are endless. And so 84, 85, I went to Louisiana. And one thing about Louisiana and Bill Watts, Jake Roberts became my tag team partner for a full year. And I was in the best shape of my life. Mm-hmm. And there's a black and white picture where I'm going like this, and Jake's standing here. He's got his hands on. And that's one of my favorite pictures. And I'll tell you why. Because Jake Roberts is a genius in pro wrestling. He is as smart as dude as you could ever have. He told me exactly what to do all the time. I didn't do it right all the time. But there's a lot of interviews that you'll probably never see. But we said some just really funny interviews. And it was all because of Jake. Jake is a genius. And from there, 86, back to AWA, 87 AWA, 88 AWA, 89 AWA, kind of. I took some time off. And then 91, which would be February 91, I got called. I got called. Yeah, I got called by Vince. And then I started there. I was kind of disappointed I didn't get a push.
Well, we're going to be starting there in a couple of episodes, which I think is a great segue into, because the fans,
Yeah.
they love the nostalgia of the WWF as opposed to WWE. But again, we're going to get there.
WWF, you are correct. They do love that.
Let me ask you this. I know we're going to be getting ready to go to a commercial break any second now, but we're going to skip around a little bit until we get to that WWF
That's fine.
timeline. What brought you into the orbit of the late, great Bruiser Brody?
Well, I met Bruiser Brody in 1985, and in Japan, and he had the chains. He was something to see, man. They were going to make a cartoon of him. He was absolutely. Every place you went, it was a packed house, and it was because of Bruiser Brody. Well, I became good friends with him.
Was this for Inoki or Barber at that point?
This for Inoki.
Inoki, okay.
Frank wrestled for Inoki. As far as I know, he hardly ever wrestled for Baba. He did maybe once or twice,
Right,
but that's about it. Inoki, next thing I know, we're good friends. We're calling each other on the phone. We're doing some independent shots, and we're meeting early, and we're talking, we're going to lunch, we're, on, and we became friends. And Frank says, why don't you start that Huss thing with me? And I said, okay, what does that mean? He said, I have no idea. I just do it because I breathe hard. I said, that's about right. That's why you do it. You start going, Huss. I mean, you got to say something when you're breathing that hard. But we did a lot of the independent shows in them 80s. And like I told you, I don't know about, that contract in 88.
Well, we're going to get there, too.
Was a big deal.
But I got a cue from the back from our partner in crime in the control booth, John C. Manicus Riley. Right now, we're going to take a brief time out as we get ready. We're inching closer and closer to that big day on the 25th. The reindeer are going to be hitting the roof. Santa Claus is going to be coming. Is our Paul Bear holiday headlocks.
Paul Bear. I love that guy. Don't forget him. He was the best.
We'll find out more about the toy drive and other great things happening in the world of Boston wrestling. We'll be back after this brief timeout.
Oh, yeah.
Wrestling fans, get ready for the 2021 Paul Bear Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. If you couldn't be with the superstars at our 20th anniversary event, have no fear. We're putting together a winner-take-all mega jackpot for one lucky fan that we will be drawing live on our Christmas special Sunday night, December the 19th, with John Cena Sr. For as little as a $5 raffle ticket, win thousands of dollars worth of prizes in our annual efforts to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's home this Christmas. For raffle tickets and complete information, head on over to BostonWrestling.com now. Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho. Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night.
It hits different live with WWE Super Show. Don't miss an epic main event.
Drew McIntyre and Kofi Kingston, King Woods, The New Day, Roman Reigns, and the Usos in a six-man tag team match.
Will the new arrivals on the Blue brand disrupt the dominance of the Bloodline? It's WWE Super Show in Boston, Sunday, January 9th. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages on sale now.
Wrestling fans, I'm Dan Marty.
And this is the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
It's all over BostonWrestling.com and our social media. But Leo, brother, they got to check out some of this merch.
They got to.
Check it out, fans, right now available on eBay. You can add this to your collection. Support Wrestling Insiders and keep wrestling legends working on eBay. Get this WWE NXT TakeOver War Games 2020 11x14 limited edition autograph poster signed by everyone on the event. Number 23 of only 100 made. Includes signatures from the Undisputed Era, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, Tommaso Ciampa, Timothy Thatcher, Io Shirai, Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley, Dexter, Loomis, and more. Comes with authentication hologram on the back of the poster. Also comes with mystery autographed 8x10 and an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas on Wrestling Insiders at your house. Get it now. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back. We're starting to scratch the surface of the world, the career that is John Nord, the Berzerker to some of you, Nord the Barbarian to others, among other aliases in the King of Sports professional wrestling. But tell us, again, Bruiser Brody, one of the more fascinating characters that's almost gone on to become an enigma due to the way he left this world. But
You're right.
Tell us about the Bruiser Brody that you knew before we even talk about wrestling. The man you knew was Frank Goodish, the man.
The man his name is Frank Goodish. I even asked him where he came from, and he was very European background, okay? And the Europeans are very casket orientated. So that's why his funeral was in a casket. Remember that picture of him laying there in the casket?
Yeah.
I've seen that too, and I didn't make the funeral, either did Stan, and I was effed up myself, especially after I heard he was murdered. But the man, Frank Goodish, I'll tell you something, we had a few things in common. Number one, he played for the Washington Redskins, okay? And his O-line coach at one time was Vince Lombardi.
Oh, wow.
And then he became the head coach. And then there was an O-line coach named Bill Austin, who used to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, I played for the USFL, United States Football League, which, if you're old enough, you'll remember it. But Bill Austin was my O-line coach, which was really a coincidence. If I would have known Frank then, it would have been really cool to talk about him. But one thing about Frank Goodish, I'll tell you, he was all-state in basketball. He was all-state in football in Michigan. And I'm going to tell you, he was the genuine article. He was the real macaroni, no phony baloney. He was the real deal. He was an athlete. He had the lungs of a greyhound. He really did. And when I wrestled him, he seemed to have a thing where when I thought it was over, he had an extra steam in him that you can't even describe. But he was human, you know, obviously he died, but he loved his wife, and Jeff back then was his son, who was only 4 or 5 years old. And he loved the heck out of them. And Frank Goodish was I'll say, if one thing about Barbara, his wife, who knew him better than any of us talking, she'll tell you one thing. Frank Goodish was a free spirit. That's what she says to me. He was a free spirit. And he was a guy that, was he the toughest? You know, you always talk about, hey, who's the toughest? Was he the toughest? Well, if you put a guy in a room with another guy and who would walk out, who would be the toughest? No, Frank wasn't the toughest, okay? When you get into the tough stuff, you got to talk about ultimate fighting. You got to talk about amateur wrestling. You got to talk about boxing, okay? And if you intertwine all of them, you're going to be one tough dude.
Where do you think he would rank amongst the tough guys in pro wrestling?
Just in pro wrestling?
Just in pro wrestling.
Not counting none of the other
None
guys.
of the other genres.
Well, I'd probably put him 4th or 5th.
You think he could take Haku?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something about Haku.
Let's
okay?
hear it, baby.
I know Haku very well. Am I talking to this camera?
Let the camera follow you, but talk
Okay,
whatever way
listen.
you want.
Listen,
Tell him, John. Tell
I'm
him.
tired of the Haku shit.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now Haku, I wrestled a dozen times in Japan. I wrestled him 5, 6 times here. And I'm going to tell you something. That is the most overdone, overrated thing that's ever been talked about. Haku is not that tough. I went at it with them. And I'm telling you, I didn't lose. So if you don't lose, I ain't going to say it. But guess what? Haku, was Haku an amateur wrestler? I'm talking about the breed behind the guy. Okay? He never did any of that. He never played football. He never played amateur wrestling. I'm not saying he wasn't tough, but pulling a guy's eye out at a bar or punching a guy out at a bar, that don't really count, okay? Anybody can punch a guy out at a bar or pull his eye out. It don't count. I'm 62 years old. I would fight Haku right now. Okay, I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm tired of the Haku stuff. It's got drove up there because they want to make money on it, okay? Do you really think, yeah, he's got an intimidating look, okay? But I'm telling you, and I talked to my good friend Brad Rankins about this, because Brad wrestled him. And I said, what do you think about Haku? And he said he didn't have that toughness feel. When you grab onto a guy and the guy goes this way, or the guy stands still and you can't move him. One of them two things are going to happen. Haku, you can throw Haku around. I'm not saying he ain't tough. Haku is tough. But I'm telling you something, and this sounds big-headed, and I don't know where I rate on it, but I'll tell you this, I'm tougher than Haku. And I know you think that that's a big, full of shit deal. It's not. You guys have overrated Haku. Somebody started something somewhere with this Haku deal, and it's got to stop because the guy ain't that tough. Period. Don't forget it. Or I'll have Marty Jannetty beat up him.
Well, it almost sounds like one of those say no to drugs PSAs. You're so animated about it, John. But I'll say this.
Well, I'm telling the truth.
I have no doubt your personal opinion is your personal opinion.
No, it's the truth. It's not. Besides your opinion, Daniel.
Okay.
It's the truth. I'm not going to sit here and say a guy ain't the toughest. If he was the toughest, hell yes, I'd say he's the toughest.
All right.
But he's not.
In this studio, both Marty Jannetty and Harley Race said they had Haku at number 1. Where would you place Harley Race on that list?
Don't know him well enough.
Okay.
I would say Harley in his prime might have been one tough dude. I didn't know him till he got older.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could, touch his forehead, take him down.
Yeah.
Scoop a leg, put him on his back, boom, 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 boom. Okay? That's how it works. But if you get old, the only guys you can fight are guys your same age. Okay? But Harley Race, and who else rated him number 1?
Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty don't know what he's talking about. The guy's an idiot. He's a drunken... Marty, I hope you're watching this, because you're a freaking idiot if you rate him number 1. And Harley Race, I don't know what to believe of you. I'll tell you why. You said you said when Patsy Cline airplane crashed, that you were there on the scene. And I watched the crash, and they showed it on an old clip. I didn't see you, Harley. So, Harley, I think maybe, everybody likes to bullshit now and then, and I don't know if I believe that. But is there anybody that gives anybody else number one?
What about Andre?
Andre might be number one. Andre grabs on you with his arms. You feel like a fucking elephant trunk has just picked you up off the air. Andre's an animal. I challenged Andre to a drinking contest.
Oh, to a drinking contest.
We drank in Tokyo, and we're at a German restaurant. And we were drinking, and it was a 5-liter clay mug German beer. If you drank it, you didn't have to pay for it. I don't know how much 5 liters is. Do you guys?
It's roughly 2.5 bottles of soda.
Okay, so 5 liters.
So it's a lot.
So here we go. We're going at it one-on-one. It's a fierce look. I'm like, let's go, tough guy. Of course I was joking. I love Andre. Anyways, we're drinking. I get the first one down. He put it down, kind of like drinking a shot of booze, Went down real easy for him. Now I'm on my second one. I get 3/4 of the way done, and I go into a blackout. I'm falling on tables of people trying to eat their meal. And Andre's going, John, you're too drunk. Why do you get so drunk? I said, I don't know, because you did it to me. And seriously, they booted me out the 86th minute. Now, I ain't done with this story. And this is a true story. And that's for Ric Flair. This is a true story. Andre finishes that. Then he drinks a bottle of brandy, a full one, with no ease, and don't even look like he's drunk. He was incredible. So now me and him get in a cab to go back to the Kyo Plaza. And those little white Nissan cabs in Japan? Well, me and him squeeze in there. And we get to the Kyo Plaza. I fall out because he's taking most of the room. His ass was this wide. No, I'm not kidding you. Listen to me. It's this wide. So I fell out on the ground. I get up, and Andre got stuck. Boss, I'm stuck. Boss, I'm stuck. That's what he called you, boss. Boss, I'm stuck. I'm going to pull, and I'm trying to pull. No, don't pull me. Oh, pull me. It hurts there. His hair. No, my hair hurts. He's legitimately stuck. Now listen. The Kyo Plaza called the police, and the police brought a welder with them. Now I'm saving these stories for my buddy Dan.
Thank you.
Some of them been unheard, and they are true. So, a welder is with the cops. He's got a little buzz saw deal that cuts metal, so he cuts them out, and he falls out onto the pavement. He can barely get up. Andre was old now. He died at 49, but good God, he couldn't even move at 46, or how old he was.
I think he passed at 46.
I think he died when he was 49.
Well, I think he was around 40 in 87 when he worked with Hogan at WrestleMania, and he died in 93.
Somebody check, but I'll bet anything he was 49
Do you want to make a small bet?
I'll make a bet. Yeah, let's make a bet.
$20? $20.
$20, I say 49,
I say 46.
I say 49.
And if we're both wrong, I guess it's a tie.
Bingo, Santa Domingo.
There we go. All right. So
Bingo.
we have. And
So
this,
anyway,
this isn't
he-
one of those Marty Jannetty bets. This one's going to happen because Marty owes me quite a few meals from things he was wrong about. But anyway,
Marty, you're so full of shit. Anyways.
back to Andre in Japan. rolling on
Anyways,
the ground.
Andre gets back up. He's got all kinds of shavings from the metal on him. And I help him out. I go, "Are you all right, boss?" You know, when you're helping Andre up, you're concerned about him, you know. The guy's, and he's got these knit pants on. And you know, these knit pants that, you know, Omar the tent maker made. And I lift him up, and he goes, "Boss, I gotta go to bed. Boss, I gotta go to bed." I said, "So do I." We were just hammered, but he wasn't as drunk as I was. I started snapping out of it, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And he won the drinking contest.
Big time. He buried me.
All right, well, John, as we get ready to go to the timeout, I don't want to have heat with us so early on in the program, but John C. Manicus Riley checked on the internet up there. Andre was indeed 46 when he passed. See,
Son of a gun,
yeah.
okay.
But you know what?
okay.
We can still have other competitions as the days go on with these
God,
programs.
how do you know that?
He looked it up online. Oh, I just for
Son
whatever-
of a gun, I would have bet anybody. See, I did the same thing. I read it at 49, I thought. But I was wrong.
The reason I remember it is
I
'cause
was wrong.
I remember he was 40 when he did the big WrestleMania 3.
Really?
And he died in
Really?
93, 6 years later.
See,
So.
you were right, and I was wrong, and I take it
But
like
you
a
lived
man.
it. You lived it.
I will take it like a man.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll see what other competitions
I'm glad.
we come
I
up with.
should know guys like you know more than I do.
Well, I don't know much. Believe me. Just ask my
Yeah,
ex.
well,
That's a different story for a
I
different
call
time.
bullshit on that.
All right,
I think
wrestling-
you know a lot. Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, wrestling fans. Right now, we're going to take a brief timeout. We'll be back with the final segment. Stand by for more Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursdays with John Noor.
Hey!
Wrestling fans looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discount VIP packages and tickets to Boston Wrestling Soul Survivor 10 Back to the 80s, Saturday night, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts are on sale now. Join WWE Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, three-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, The Wild Berzerker, and more 1980s legends to be announced. Take part in a VIP exclusive Q&A session. Meet the wrestling icons up close and personal in an autograph and photo fan fest. Then get ready as the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow take part in a night of white-hot in-ring action. Discount VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for a limited time at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a professional wrestling reunion decades in the making, April the 16th. Wrestling fans, get ready for the 2021 Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. If you couldn't be with the superstars at our 20th anniversary event, have no fear. We're putting together a winner-take-all mega jackpot for one lucky fan that we will be drawing live on our Christmas special Sunday night, December the 19th, with John Cena Sr. For as little as a $5 raffle ticket, win thousands of dollars worth of prizes in our annual efforts to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's home this Christmas. For raffle tickets and complete information, head on over to bostonwrestling.com now. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
arguably the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Get this limited edition collector's autograph print, personally signed by two-time WWE Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair, inscribed 16 times for each of his recognized World Championship reigns. One of only 50 made direct from our friends at WWE. Also signed by original artist Rob Schamberger. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome Ric Flair collectible for your wrestling collection now. Wrestling fans, especially here in the Boston area, we want to thank our great friends at Red Rose for their support for all of our charitable endeavors and programming efforts. Red Rose is 2 years young and extremely thankful for all the support they've had from our neighbors here in Melrose and beyond for an amazing first 2 years. Red Rose thanks Melrose and all of the first responders who have fought the good fight and have never given up hope during these unprecedented times. We did it together. Follow Red Rose on Facebook for their anniversary special, facebook.com/Red Rose Melrose. You'll be glad you did. Open until 2 a.m. Red Rose will give you fresh, piping hot, mouth-watering food that'll put an ear-to-ear smile on even the toughest critic's face. Check out their full menu online at redrosema.com or give them a call, 781-620-1889. Wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insider's Throwback Thursday with John Nord. Believe it or not, this is the Berzerker John Nord. I unfortunately continue to be me, Dan Marty. We're having fun here on the...
I'm glad to be here, Daniel.
And I tell you, I wish you were going
Marty, what is that, Italian?
The whole, you should hear the whole last name, but we had to cut it off a little bit.
Yeah,
but it sounds like an Italian song.
I've cut stuff before.
There's 16 letters total, but
is there?
We sliced it a little
Holy
bit.
cannoli.
But they figured to make it easy on me, they'd give me Dan, which is only 3 letters.
All right, well, we're going to go with Dan.
I'll say that I wish you could be with us live this Sunday night, John, when we have our annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive Christmas Party, where John Cena Sr. will be here in the studio. He's going to pick the winner of that cyber raffle. And I know you were out back earlier, and you couldn't believe some of the prizes that are going to be up for grabs. One giant jackpot, one winner anywhere in the world can buy a raffle ticket for as little as $5. Not only are we going to, quote-unquote, update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's house with the money we raise, but we continue to honor this man right here. He was like a second dad to me, the one and only Paul Bearer, who we miss and love every day.
God bless his heart. God bless his heart. I've never heard him say nothing but kind words to people, and he was kind to me. And when I tried stabbing the Undertaker,
those will be some good stories.
The deal, he came up to me and he congratulated me that I was able to get it in the ring, to actually get it in.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, they wouldn't get that sword in, but I'm not. Again, I'm not bragging. I'm talking about this.
You did a good job, John.
Well,
you did a good job. But I tell you, it's unfortunate. It was the year before he passed.
Yeah.
Him.
God, he passed.
Him, John Cena Sr. and myself, we all we started the toy drive, and in his honor, we continued it. So I'm glad we do it.
Dan, can I give it a shout out to Jim Duggan?
Yeah, please.
Jim, I know that you're going through hell right now. I want you to know our prayers are with you. Honestly, there's been times in the wrestling business where maybe you and me didn't see eye to eye, but I'm going to tell you something. You're a heck of a guy, and hang in there. Everybody's praying for you, and that's from here. That's from the heart. Thanks, Jim.
And his wife is a great lady, too. Deborah.
Oh, she's
very nice
awesome.
lady.
I met her a couple times.
He was
yes.
He was another that was going to be with us at our reunion back on November the 13th.
But
you had because of your dad, but he had the prostate cancer. So we're hoping.
And that came like a thief in the night.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that came quick.
Wouldn't it be great, not only where we're going to have you with us on April the 13th, right down the street at Memorial Hall. If Hacksaw's feeling better, we'd love to have him and his wife with us, obviously. So most important thing is the health. We want to have Hacksaw get back to as close as 100% as possible, and then we'll worry about wrestling-related stuff.
Amen.
All right, back to the point of contention kind of this episode. A man that so many find so fascinating, especially the younger group of fans that have seen the Dark Side of the Ring program, that learned a little bit about Bruiser Brody. Do you remember where you were when you received the bad news back on that July of 1988?
I know exactly where I was. And I was with the Nasty Boys.
Oh, really? Okay.
We were at a place called Lord Fletcher's.
And where was that?
That's on Lake Minnetonka. Sounds like a movie, don't it? Lake Minnetonka in Minnesota, just west of the cities, okay? West of Minneapolis, okay? In Minnesota, it's a beautiful big lake, and it's got those bars on the lake. And you pull in your big boat, and you party. Everybody's got their white clothes, and everybody's having a great time. Well, all of a sudden, we get a phone call, and it actually wasn't me directly. Somebody, Wayne Bloom was with us. Mike Enos was with us. And I think Wayne answered the phone, and he said, "What do you want? We're partying," you know, that type of deal. Tell him Frank Goodish got murdered in Puerto Rico. And Wayne told me, and I, for some reason, knew it was true. And Frank asked me to go to Puerto Rico a couple times. I'm not saying I was asked that time, because I don't think he did. But I'll tell you this, Frank definitely was gonna, me and him were definitely gonna end up there. Because me and him, but the legend, the way it happened, you guys have heard it, okay? I won't go too far into it because I wasn't there. All I can tell you is we're at this lake and we're all partying, getting drunk on that date. What date was it?
I believe it was the 18th.
The 18th of?
88.
Of July?
Of July.
July. And anyways, you already got me on $20, you son of a gun. Anyways, I went into kind of like a shock. I'm like, and it dawned on me, my life is never going to be the same again. These guys are different, but I got a contract at home for $250 a year, which to me was like hitting the lottery. I got a friend that really liked me because, number one, I played a little pro football. I loved football. I loved working out like Frank, and we had a lot in common that way. And I didn't know Barbara well, his wife. That's why I didn't feel it was, I didn't go to the funeral, and I maybe should have, but I just didn't know Barbara that well, and I wanted her to be with her family. Anyways, it was absolutely shocking. I left that bar, and it was, you know how you got that feeling like you got someone socked you in the gut, and you're just staring as you drive, and you go, huh? What? What'd you say? And you're just like stoned, and you just, and it's because of the bad news. But Frank Goodish was a legend. Is a legend, has it become bigger than it really was? I don't think so. I think it is about what it is. He was a legend, and he was an ass-kicking legend, but he was an ass-kicker in the professional ring, okay? In a professional style of wrestling. He could kick ass. Was he the toughest? That's another story.
Well, you know, it's interesting. We've had Tony Atlas here in this studio tell the story many times. We were with Dutch Mantell down in Tampa, Florida, who happened to be in the arena the night it happened. So we've had some very interesting different points of view on it. I say this, what I think is I don't want, nice certainly isn't the word, but I think it's great that Barbara Goodish still to this day in 2021 goes to the Cauliflower Alley Club reunions out in Vegas.
Awesome?
And she goes to these other various functions.
I didn't know that.
And she's actually, I think she's actually on the board of directors now with the Cauliflower. And you'd love it if
Good.
you ever have a chance to go out to one of the reunions.
Oh,
It's really
I gotta
nice.
see her. I gotta see her. That
And
really,
just a sweet
really,
human being, yeah.
that is really,
33
really
years
cool.
now after the fact.
Man, that is so cool. Yeah, just her class and the way she handled it and everything. She is just a great woman.
Well, imagine getting that call. Well, when she called the hotel in the middle of the night and it was patched through to Dutch Mantell's room, you know, for her to take her little boy and go down to Puerto Rico, what mystified me was that why would Abdullah the Butcher tell her in the airport that he was dead? I mean, I don't think that should have come from him in that place. I think, you know, she should have been at a hotel or a hospital and sat down. And, you know, Abdullah was passing her like 2 trains in the night.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I
wrong.
agree with you. That was really tacky. And Abdul, you listen, you know, again, I'm telling the truth. First of all, he's a small legend, let's say, that's real big. But is he a tough wrestler? He ain't worth a shit. You can gig him and he can bleed and all that, but besides that, he ain't worth a shit, and he shouldn't have said that to Barbara. Tony Atlas, I love Tony. He's got a way of going on and on and on and twisting the truth a little bit. Now, Dutch Mantell will tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Now, isn't that funny? Tony says that Dutch is lying about his version of it.
No, Dutch ain't a liar.
You trust Dutch.
I knew
I
Dutch.
love Dutch.
I knew Dutch for a whole year in Louisiana. I went over to his house and everything, townhouse, and everything. And Dutch ain't lying. Listen, Tony's got a way of twisting it, and Tony's got a way of doing shit that he shouldn't do. You could be having, I did have breakfast at the gathering. I was sitting there by myself. Barry Darsow, my childhood friend.
Great friend. I love, I think I've told you how much I love Barry.
Barry is my
Barry.
Barry's my childhood friend. He was in my wedding.
We're all going to be together April 16th at Memorial Hall, baby.
That's it. And it's all because of you, Dan, and we appreciate it. I really do. Because it's fun, and it's fun to see old wrestlers. But Barry, a guy like Barry, I was sitting down, there was another kid. Tony sits down and starts talking and won't quit talking.
What was he talking about?
And, all about him. And just like Ted DiBiase, Ted, on and on and on. It's all about Ted. And that's a whole nother story. But listen.
Was there any debris coming from Tony's mouth?
Yes, there was. He was spitting
debris.
out chunks of egg and bacon and a little sausage. And I had to duck a few times, but I did it. And you know what I'm talking about.
Tony used to be here with us every week, and I used to get hit by pieces of chicken wing out of the left side of his mouth.
Listen, the way he eats
wing.
is freaking disgusting. Tony, listen, keep it in your mouth, okay?
That's what she said.
You don't have to. That's what she said. Yes. Listen, the bottom line is he took Barry's spot. He's my childhood friend. And then Barry started talking. He goes, hey, man, I'm trying to talk. Well, you've been talking for 15 minutes.
He said that to Barry?
No. He actually said it to another guy that was trying to say something. He didn't say that to Barry, no. But he did say it to another guy. He said, hey, man, I'm trying to talk, yeah. Well, you've been talking for 15 minutes, I said to him. I said, and Darso's waiting to sit down. So get the fuck up. I was pissed. I said, get up, please.
You had enough of him at that point.
Yeah, enough is enough. But Tony, you guys know him as well as I do. Listen, he can be a great guy. I know that sometimes he screws people out of money. Like
right
someone,
here.
$800.
Like right here.
$800.
I'm not going to name any names. So
Tell
any
the
dollar
truth,
amounts.
baby Ruth. So anyways, long story short, Tony Atlas, I know he's got a great heart, but he's full of shit. Okay? And that's just how that is. But that don't stop a guy from having a great heart. I got a lot of friends that got great hearts, but they're full of shit. But they're my friends anyways, you know?
We had Tony that was with us every week that had a great heart that turned into a thief. And we had another one that battled substance issues on certain days that had a great heart.
Well,
so welcome to my 2018 to 2021.
Yeah, well, that is how this business can go.
And you know them both, so you can verify what it's like.
I definitely know them both. And listen, Marty, great guy, but Marty, quit effing up. Stop it. Don't even show up if you're going to drink. Don't come, okay? I'll come. You don't have to, okay? And I'm saying that out of love. Get some help. Do what you got to do. But you're going to end up in a lot of trouble. I know. I've done it.
Well, I have tried exhaustively with WWE to try and get him some help. WWE is willing to give it, but you got to want it, as they have told me. So
yes, they will give it. They paid for Scott Hall. They paid for me. I got help.
Did you?
I don't. Yeah, I just, hey, listen, I'll be honest with you. I still have some cocktails, but getting drunk, I can't do it. I almost throw up.
It's good for you.
I don't like the taste of it even anymore. But anyway,
I think with Marty, it's more the substances, and I think with Tony, he's more worried about the free meal. Is that a way to put it?
That is.
All right, wrestling fans, running out of time. We'll be back after this brief timeout.
Thank you very much.
Get ready for the 2021 Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. If you couldn't be with the superstars at our 20th anniversary event, have no fear. We're putting together a winner-take-all mega jackpot for one lucky fan that we will be drawing live on our Christmas special Sunday night, December the 19th, with John Cena Sr. For as little as a $5 raffle ticket, win thousands of dollars worth of prizes in our annual efforts to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's home this Christmas. For raffle tickets and complete information, head on over to BostonWrestling.com now. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Johnny, the momentum here in Boston Wrestling continues as we continue to build and build and build. The fans want to know, how do we help? We subscribe to the Patreon, but we see all the great merchandise on that set. Coronavirus may have killed the nightlife, especially for someone like Marty, but our acclaimed eBay store is open 24/7 around the world.
Wow. Check it out.
The Undisputed Era kicked ass and took no prisoners in WWE NXT. Now you can own this limited edition collector's autographed art print personally signed by Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. Also signed by the original artist, Rob Schamberger, one of only 50 made direct from our friends at WWE. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome collectible for your collection now. Wrestling fans, we hope you enjoyed the premiere episode of Wrestling Insider's Throwback Thursday with my new partner in crime, John Nord.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here, Dan.
And other legends joining the family. I mean, how many more Brody stories could we have shared tonight? How many more Andre stories could we have shared tonight? We're in for a hell of a story.
Wait till you hear the muffler story.
If you guys are enjoying what we're doing here, during the live premiere. Chat away. Leave your thoughts in the description box below. Of course, the super chat button is always open. Again, it costs a lot to turn the lights on to this studio, to bring in great superstars, the hotels, the airfare, the printing, the great support staff that we have on hand. We got to take care of everybody, especially during the holiday season.
We got to give guys mufflers if they need them. And if you know what a muffler is, Dan?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
All right. Don't forget this Sunday Night Live, it's going to be the Boston Wrestling Christmas Party with John Cena Sr., the winner of the 2021 Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock Cyber Toy Drive. John Cena Sr. is going to pick that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. John Cena Sr.
Get your raffle tickets.
Kudos to you, baby.
Get your raffle tickets now at bostonwrestling.com. For as little as $5, you could win over $1,000 in prizes. But until next Thursday night, for John Nord, I'm unfortunately still Dan. We'll see you then for Wrestling Insiders Throwback Thursday. Tell a friend, tell a few.
Yo!
Thank you for joining us. Please give the video a big thumbs up, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more great content. Don't forget, you can help keep wrestling legends working. Check out our eBay store and join the Boston Wrestling family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling so we can produce more in-depth shoot interviews.